welcome. It's Brian, and this is Guitar Solo Reactions. This is a new series that I'm doing where I take an iconic guitar piece, whether it's a long piece or maybe just a silhouette kind of thing like Eruption. And today we are doing Spanish Fly, that kind of thing. And I find a bunch of versions on YouTube and not necessarily critique them, but, maybe some constructive criticism, I guess I would put it. And to be honest, none of these I can play. So that's what I would say going into this. It's more of like a fun thing. I've seen a lot of cool versions of stuff way beyond what I could do. But I love seeing the dedication, but I also like seeing where people don't always execute it in the same way. Eddie Van Halen's such an iconic player and so unique. It's not like you couldn't learn the licks, but it's the kind of feel that I think people usually struggle with. And there are some super technical stuff that are beyond a lot of people. The super fast picking is one of the things that I seem to see a lot of. That's the part where it falls apart, and just the general swing of the piece when it comes to Eruption, let's say. So getting to Spanish Fly, that came out on the second record, Van Halen 2. I knew Van Halen 1. I had listened to it. The first Van Halen record I bought was Van Halen 2. So Spanish Fly is kind of more of a special one for me. But I definitely understand the whole Eruption thing as well. So I thought it'd be fun to do Spanish Fly. There's not a lot of versions of this. There's actually an Eddie Van Halen version. But during the time I did Eruption, there was some copyright stuff. So I'm trying to avoid the original and just doing people that are doing covers. So anyway, here we go. Spanish Fly. So this first one is by Joshua Meter, who that name seems familiar, but I don't think I've seen anything by him. Here we go. Spanish Fly. So there we have it. Joshua Meter doing, to me, what seemed like a almost note by note perfect rendition of Spanish Fly. I think why Eddie originally did this song was he was listening to Carlos Montoya, the flamenco player, and instead of, I don't know, he was trying to emulate some part in there, and that's how he came up with that. I don't know if that's completely true, but that's what I remember. Joshua is quite the player. I can't wait to check out more. Maybe there's some reaction stuff in there as well. Our next one is Paul Gilbert, and I'm sure this one will be good, but originally Eddie did do this on an nylon string guitar. I'm not sure everybody's doing that. This might be a steel string acoustic, but we'll go from there. Paul's kind of one of my new and old-time favorites.
Spanish Fly, okay, let's see.
Yeah.
So the amazing Paul Gilbert doing that one, obviously sitting on the couch, kind of not messing around, but it wasn't recorded as well as the Joshua Meter one. That version was incredible. Obviously, Paul knows the piece really, really well. the sound quality is not amazing on that one, so still a cool version. So next up, we have don't know who this is, but it's got a lot of views. So this person has very few subscribers, but this video has seen a lot of action. Here we go. Spanish Fly from whoever this guy is. So there you have that version. I didn't really love it seemed like the nylon string was plugged in. It has that kind of electrified nylon guitar sound that I personally don't love a lot. It seems like he was pretty spot on with a lot of it. I'm going to still stick with the Joshua Meter being my favorite so far. We have one more, and this is Rick Graham. I know the name. I haven't done any videos on him, but we'll see what he does. So there we have it. Rick Graham doing his version. Also very, very close. Again, the guitar is either mic'd or going through some kind of amplification with some reverb on it, or maybe that's a room mic. I don't know. But Rick really, really close. But I'm going to say Joshua Meter is the guy that really, really nailed it on all of these. Really fun to see this piece. Obviously, it's a minute long or so. But really cool to see everyone kind of really doing a really direct copy, like note for note approach to it, and trying to get as close as they can. And I would say a lot of them were really, really close. And what a fun, cool piece. And I think what makes it work for Joshua is he's got the tone, he's got the technique, and he's got the kind of feel of the piece, like I've mentioned before with Eddie Van Halen. And like it was just kind of perfect. So anyway, there we have it. Covers of Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen's Spanish Fly, a cool solo piece on Van Halen 2. And I am Brian. Please check back for more.